Hello, live people. Hello, replayers. Welcome to 60 minutes of handstand. So I do a lot of workshops, and 60 minutes is not a lot. And the handstand, as you know, is a pretty intricate skill set. So what I want to try to do in the 60 minutes is just talk about the role of the upper body that it plays in handstands. And then later on, another time, we'll do lower body, so on and so forth. My goal, and I think what my strengths are, is taking something like a handstand that seems like an impossible task, deconstructing it so you can understand it and then piece it back together. So with 60 minutes, how can I make such a huge goal of a handstand happen? So I'm choosing upper body, and within upper body, I'm choosing three things I want us to focus on, which are pushing the ground away, the gaze, and then one for the lower body because you can't handstand without it, hip tilt engagement. So those are the three things I'm going to reference to over and over again, hoping that it will stick in your head. Resisting the floor, dropping the gaze, and hip tilt. And that should make more sense if you're new at the end. So let's just start with getting on the same page about what is a handstand and what we're balancing on. And I'll start the demo. You can play with me with seeing your own stuff. So what are you balancing on? Your wrists, right? Just look at your own body. Our wrists, tiniest part of the body, right? Now, what's the biggest part of the body? The glutes. And it's also what should keep you in a straight line and keep your lower back safe by engaging your glutes. So, tiniest part of the body, biggest part of the body. What do you handstand on? The hands, right? So, you're handstanding here, which is why I want to focus on this, resisting the floor, you guys. Often when you handstand, and just do this with me, you do this. You stick the chest out, the ribs pop out. Essentially, you're in cow and we'll cover it. Now, you're going to sink into the ground. That's why you have the banana back. So what do you want to do? You want to resist by pushing, you guys. You just want to push the floor away, okay? So that's the number one thing, pushing away. Now, just do this with me. When you're pushing away, and you can see it, you can see the muscles wake up, right? I mean, literally, you can see it on me. Look at my tricep. Look at here. Do it on you too. What happens to my upper back? It rounds, right? If you were to answer it, it rounds. Now, what happens when I do what I'm not supposed to do, when I'm sinking? Do it with me. This pops out, this comes together. It's not rounding, right? Great for a back bend, but notice nothing is engaging. Now I'm going to resist by pushing forward. Do you see the rounding and all the muscles coming in? So that is what you're going for. Whatever's touching the floor requires your most attention. If you're not doing this and you're doing this, like that should be a wake up call. That's the most major thing that should happen. Then the next thing, when you're thinking about upside down, we just talked about the smallest part of the body, biggest part of the body. Where is this upside down in comparison to the tiniest part? Above it, right? Here's your handstand. Whoa. So tiniest part of the body, biggest part of the body. So that third cue is just the engagement of the glutes. You guys see, it's a hip tilt. So let's put what I just showed you into action. I am sinking. Do you see the difference? I am pushing. I'm engaging the butt. Just from that aspect, do you start to see the difference between this versus this and what it creates? Now, I could spend hours, and I do my whole life, teaching cow versus cat. So we now know we can't do this. We have to push. When we push, this begins to round. Now, other things happen. There was one more cue, the gauge dropping. So those three things, and we'll warm up, and then I'll start doing it with you, is resisting the floor. So we know we're not here, we're here. Dropping the gaze, you guys, and it doesn't mean just drop the gaze. It's a slight, do it with me, take your hand to the back of the head. It's a slight chin to chest. So with the hand to the back of the head, push your head into your hand. Do you see how the neck does this? The neck wants to lead, you guys. It's the ego, it just does. So push it. Okay, chin to chest. And now take one hand out, keep that hand here. So push your head to the back of the hand, and now press the floor way round. Those are the actions along with engagement. Okay, that's it. So we'll warm up, but for a second, let's do it together so you begin to understand what the hell I'm talking about. Come to all fours and then do cow. So what do we know about cow? Everything drops down. It's the pose you're comfortable in. So let the stomach drop towards the floor. Let the chest drop towards the floor. What happens if the gaze naturally here looks forward, right? This is what I don't want you to do. Stay there. That's the picture some of you saw in the email, this. You're here because you want to get to this, okay? So let's create it right here. We want to, number one, push the ground away, resistance. So just begin to resist the ground and notice the shoulders go towards the ears, the upper back around. Now collapse. Do you see how everything is going towards the floor? That's not good. So push away, find neutral. And now keep pushing, resisting the floor till you begin to round. Okay. Then drop your gaze, you guys, and tuck that chin towards the chest. Now engage your butt like you have to go to the bathroom. Keep pushing the floor away, chin to chest. Good. And release. So you guys, every time you get overwhelmed, every time you're like, I don't get it, that is it. The problem is when I see people handstand, it's almost like they think they're handstanding from the leg and they do this huge swing of the leg. The gaze goes forward and they get used to balancing like this. Then they come to me and it's really hard to retrain someone to go here. So why not fix it from the beginning, okay? So this is what you look like when you're in chow. Then I'm gonna add the 3 cues. I'm gonna resist the floor by pushing it away. This gets me this far. Now I'm gonna drop the gaze, tucking the chin slightly to the chest like I just taught you. And now I'm gonna engage my butt and bring my feet together. Do you see this, you guys? And just as in the picture that I posted, the biggest difference too is your ears. When you're doing cow, and you can do it again, and you're collapsing to the floor, you're sinking. Do you see how your gaze goes forward and your ears go forward? So a big thing when I look at students handstand is can they get their ears to disappear, you guys? So see this? Versus I'm gonna push away. So I'm resisting, chin to chest, squeeze the butt. No ears, collapsing in ears, okay? So everything that you're gonna do forward from however many 60, 50 minutes we have left is those 3 concepts, you guys. Every single time your hands are touching the floor today, ask yourself, am I collapsing? Am I resisting, okay? Am I leading with the neck? Can I drop and round the upper back, okay? Is my butt soft? Can I engage it? All right, that's it. That's what will give you this. So obviously with that, what do you need? Open shoulders, open hamstrings. Let's get going and I'll look at your questions in a second. Let's start by opening up the shoulders. Stand up. It's easy to get overwhelmed. So now put all that aside and just begin to feel. What are you feeling? Pushing the ground away, dropping the gaze, engaging the butt. So let's go. From here, go back and forth. So as I'm just going back and forth, begin to notice, how are my shoulders feeling? The body came in the room together. So if you're feeling tighter, do you want to move side to side a little bit to release that? Now, as you're doing this, and I said the neck, it always wants to lead. Just notice when you're sitting in front of a computer sometimes. So even here, can you begin to tuck the chin slightly to the chest and not let the neck lead? Then let's take this through a different range of motion for the shoulders. So with the hands forward, take the left hand up, take it back, right and forward, and just keep going on this side only. Now you're adding a little bit of side body. So how are the shoulders responding to this action? And the biggest thing for you guys is breathing. You tell your body it's okay when you're breathing. Now let's switch right hand up, take it back, left hand and forward. A few rounds of this, especially if you're dominant with one shoulder. How does it feel when you switch sides? And then let's place the strap aside. I'm an ex-gymnast, long-time yoga teacher. So more gymnastics warm up because it's efficient. Elbows and then straight. So 2 bends, 2 straight. Now just notice you guys, when you're bending, what happens? The shoulder blades come together, right? The chest lifts. Great for back bends, not great for handstands. Keep going. Just remember in a handstand, you want the upper back to round. Now let's switch, right hand up and then left hand. So just 2 and 2. Same thing, you're trying to just open up the shoulders, so it's fine. But just begin to notice what poses require rounding in the upper back like inversions, and what poses require opening of the chest, like back bends. Now that the shoulders feel a little bit more open, let's get into the rest. Just circle out the rest. Then you guys be fascinated. Obviously, you can handstand, switch directions. I just did it. But you're also asking a little bit of making the impossible possible. From here, left hand forward, pull down. Look at this tiny little rest. Look at your hips. You're gonna balance on this tiny little rest. Switch sides. These alignment cues are there to make that something that feels impossible very much possible. Get into the shoulders different ways, so just circle like this. Now, if this starts to feel tight, go side to side. Can you continue breathing? And then switch directions, go back and forward. Same thing, we're adults, we live life, we own computers, so how are the shoulders feeling today? And then from here, when you're done with the next one, go the long way onto your mat. Let's take a forward fold. In the forward fold, I like to just go side to side. It's my first forward fold of the day. Is it yours? If you want to do something else within the shape, do so. But how are the hamstrings? How's the lower back? And then from here, let's find just a few moments of stillness. Could you bring the forearms down, release the head for 3, 2, notice your lower back. Keep warming up hamstrings, 1, coming up and turn forward. So take a short lunge, right foot is gonna step, left foot is gonna step behind the right foot, small stance. Either fingertips for blocks, bend the left knee, butt to the heel, inhale. Exhale, straighten your legs, fold. Inhale, bend. Exhale, fold. Few more, inhale. If you're tight, exhale as you fold. Don't straighten the legs all the way just yet. Inhale, bend. Exhale, fold. Let's switch. So left foot forward, right foot back. Butt to the heel, take an inhale. Exhale, fold, release your neck. Inhale, bend. Exhale, fold. Inhale, how's the side feeling? Exhale. One more, inhale. Exhale. Then you guys similar, take your legs hip distance, front of the mat. And now inhale, bend your knees as much or as little as your body wants you to. And then exhale, fold, same thing, straight legs or keep them bent. Inhale, squatting. Exhale, folding. Inhale. Exhale. Let's do one more. Inhale. Exhale. Similar concept as earlier, just deeper. So step your left leg back. You're in a lunge. Take your fingertips to the inside, and if this is too much, you can do hands on block. Now back knee down, inhale. How is your hip flexor feeling? Exhale, straighten your legs, fold. Could you walk the fingertips forward? The answer could be no. Could you flex your front foot? Now let's move through a few of these. Inhale, knee down. Exhale, fold. Inhale, bend. Exhale, fold. 2 more. Inhale. You're getting closer towards the kick up. Exhale. Inhale, house the lower part of the body. Exhale. Moving on to the heel down and go the long way onto your mouth. Bend your knees. Here, tuck the chin to the chest so you get used to that concept. It's going to take some reworking. And then interlace the hands up to the ceiling. Now, how are you feeling? Should you keep the legs bent or straight? As you touch into chest, do you need stillness or just start to do little bounces here? 5. So for adults, a huge obstacle, as you probably know, 4 are tight shoulders and hamstrings. 3, they could be weak as well. You just have to know. 2, what are your needs? What are your own obstacles? Release the hands. 1, lengthen. So let's look at the flexibility aspect. Turn the sequence to the back. The fingertips are to the inside, or do you need blocks? Bring the back knee down, inhale. Exhale as you fold, straighten your legs and ask some questions. Could you walk the fingers forward more? Could you flex the front foot? Let's move, inhale. Exhale, fold. 2 more times, inhale. Exhale, fold. Inhale. Exhale, moving on, and lunge. From here, go the long way onto your mat again. And you guys turn your heels and toes out and begin to squat. As you squat, look that the knees are not going over your heels. And then I kind of feel like screaming and crying. So join me if that's you. Fingertips pointing down on the thighs, just go side to side. If you're feeling more open, take the heels wider apart. 4. So there are certain poses I do every practice. 3. The sequence I just did, this pose right here. 2. As adults, just have to counter pose. Light computer work. Take an inhale. And then exhale, parallel your feet and fold. And then lift halfway up. Left turn forward in a lunge. And take a down dog, you guys. But it's my first one. Is it yours? What fidgets, what things do you need to get into your body? So if you want to join me, I take my feet as wide as my mat. So open up my hamstrings, my calves. Do you want to do that? And I just like to pedal out the feet to observe hamstrings, hips, lower back. Begin to press into your fingertips. You want your hands very live in Handstand. And then from here, let's bring the knees down. Before we do our first drill, which will be cat-cow, let's move a couple, but with the hands back to stretch out the wrist. So could you turn your hands all the way back like so, or as far as you can? And think about what I said, you guys, and just inhale, do cow. So stomach, chest drops, gaze lifts. I don't know about you, but I feel quite heavy and there's no inhale out handstand like this. So exhale with the cat, resist the floor by pushing away. Notice the gaze drops, upper body rounds, squeeze your butt. You want this, obviously, just now with the hands back. Inhale, cow. Notice what this feels like. You do not want this. Now create a stronger handstand. Press the ground away, gaze drops, squeeze your butt. Few more times to this cues in mind. Inhale, cow. This is a collapsement. You don't want this. Exhale, push away, cat. Yes, more of this. Inhale into cow. No, 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 no. Exhale into cat. Yes, 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 yes. Hands forward. And then from here, you guys take a puppy dog. So puppy dog, look at your knee. Take them back a little past the hips. If you're tight in the shoulders, grab the front of the mat like I'm doing now and pull it forward. If you're more open, take your hands into prayer. Now, whenever you're stuck, don't stay. Just lift up and push back down. If you're more open, 5, could you bring your chin to the floor instead of your chest? 4, this pose is a tremendous help if you have a tight upper back. 3, keep breathing. 2, and 1, release. Looking at the questions, Alana, I'll cover, yours will come up soon. Okay, you guys, so this is the thing, like I could just pick up and keep like doing really cool handstands and I could let you kick up, go good job and try to tell you something. Or like we showed up, you can kick up in your own time, but why isn't the kick up working? And that's what I want to figure out. What part are you not understanding? So try to be present and open-minded to something different, okay? Going back to this, most of you handstand like this, okay? It's just what it is. And that's why you're like, okay, how do I get from here to here? Okay. I want you to stop doing this and start doing this. But I would be very happy if at first you could just even find neutral. Okay, so I want you to think about those 3 stages: cow, neutral, cat. Okay, let's do it. So go down to all 4s. Now, like you just ate a burger, or a veggie burger, if you're vegetarian, drop everything down. Yeah, take your gaze forward. You cannot handstand like this. It's the bad example I just showed. So resist the floor, push into it. Okay, if you notice how you want to shoulders start to go towards the ears. Tuck chin to chest, squeeze your butt. Push away more so you're really round. Are you getting this? Let's do it 2 more times because we're going to add on to it. Collapse. Gaze it forward. What does this feel like? It looks like this, okay? The gaze and the feet will always chase one another. So cue number 1, resist the floor, push away. Cue 2, chin to chest, look at the thumbs, or even a little farther back towards the knees. Cue 3, squeeze your butt like you really have to pee so it tilts down. Great, you want this. Now collapse into cow. I'm gonna come watch your last one. Notice what this feels like. You do not want this. So let's go. Resist, push the ground away. Good. Chin to chest to left knee. Look at your thumbs, thread the knees. Now squeeze your butt like crazy. Nice. Awesome. Release. Okay. So this is what happens, Mara. You're like, I get it here, but I don't get it upside down. So you have to keep building it little by little. Now let's put it more on its feet through down dog. Watch. So you guys, as a long time like gymnast, but also yoga teacher, this is where I started seeing things going wrong in down dog. So let's just look at this for a second. Are you down dogging? Down dogging, is that a word? Like you're doing cow. It will look like this. And I see so much of this in a yoga class. Okay. So we want to do the same thing. We could do cow so we know what not to do. And then from here, we're going to do exactly what we did. So we're going to resist the floor by pushing our fingers forward. Shoulders go towards the ears. Gaze drops. Engage. See this versus this. This, not this. This. Okay. So go to all fours. Take plank. Do it bad because it's also important to know what it feels like. So drop the stomach towards the floor, the butt sticking up. I see this a ton. Carry that to down dog. How are you doing? You're serious. Then from here, you guys, put your fingers forward, resist the floor. Start to cover your shoulders to your ears. Drop the gaze, look towards the belly button or your feet. Engage your butt, so move towards your heels. Same two upside down. Great. Now collapse again. Take your butt up in the air, stomach towards the floor. You're doing cow. 2 more times. Let's fix it. Push your fingers forward. Resist the floor, shoulders to ears. Drop the gaze, chin to chest. Look towards the belly or the feet. Engage your butt so you feel your butt tilt towards your heels. You're going to need that cue upside down. I'm going to watch one more time. Start with that bad. So do cow. Gaze forward. Let your stomach collapse. Good. Now, resist the floor. Push your fingers forward. Cover your shoulders to your ears. Good girl. Drop the gaze. Squeeze your butt like crazy. Good, Kim. Now, pretend I was there trying to lift up your fingertips. Push through them. Don't let them go dead. Nice. Imagine handstanding like this. And now come on down. Hi, Linda. Okay, so you're going to have the replay. I could spend, we could stop and just talk about our elbows in handstand. So probably till I die, I'll do workshop and we'll cover all those parts. But today, just those 3 things. You get it so far. If you don't, always back up to this, you guys. Am I collapsing? Cow versus cat. Okay, go study some cats. So then you're getting closer to a handstand. And a big thing that you don't make it up is the shoulders are too far back here, you guys. I literally see people throw away their handstand all the time. Okay, so let's build it from this down dog. You're gonna step 1 foot underneath the belly button, okay? And it could end up that when you handstand, it doesn't go as close. It could be back here, but just for now. Then let's say you're gonna kick up like this. So let's look at this part. When you lift this leg, it should be hip level and not open. So see your pinky toes. Then do what we've been doing, collapse. Take your gaze forward and ask yourself, have I been handstanding like this? There's no rounding in the upper back, right? So what do? We push the ground away. See, when I push, the gaze drops and I engage the butt, okay? Collapsing again. What do I need to do? Push the ground away, drop the gaze, engage the butt, okay? So let's do 3 per side and then actually start to kick up. I'll do it with you at first so it makes sense. So just from where you are, take down dog. Let's just fix it here already and ask, are my shoulders in line with my ears, you guys? So literally, shoulders and ears touch one another. Push the ground away and take right foot between, right underneath your belly button. Lift the left leg hip level. I'm right here. So you get lost, don't look at it, you guys. So your toes need to point straight down. Now, look at your shoulder and hand relationship. Go forward a bit so the shoulders are over the rest. That's already putting more pressure here. Push the ground away, resist it. Drop the gaze, engage your butt. okay? Then collapse, look forward. I'll do one more with you. This is not good. So what do? Shoulders over the rest first. Push the ground away, resist. The gaze wants to drop. Engage your butt, you guys. You should be shaking. Collapse, look forward. I'm gonna come watch the last one. Take your shoulders over your wrist or knuckles first. That's gonna put more pressure on the shoulders. Get away from that by pushing the ground away, resist it. Cue number 2, the gaze wants to drop it a bit more. Cue 3, squeeze your butt. Great, nice. Take a 4 fold. Good, you guys, really good. So for your body, all of our bodies are different. As a counter pose, do you need a 4 fold? For me, I probably would need a squat, okay? So rest for a second, and then I'll demo the second side. So you guys, we all favor kicking up on one side, right? Like look at my demos, it's always the same side, it's bad. This side I don't love as much. So same rules, you guys. When you look, make sure it's not opening, especially if you're tighter, it's pointing down. Everyone did good. We took the shoulders over the wrist. We went here. There's no rounding. We know not to do this, so we push. The gaze wants to drop. We engage. Okay, it's right there. All right, let's go. Take down dog. From down dog, push the floor away, you guys, shoulders to ears, and keep your shoulders and ears in the same line. Make that your new normal. Squeeze your butt. Now you have space, step the left foot underneath the belly button, assuming you didn't do that side. Lift the right leg hip level, look at it, toes are pointing down. Twist awareness to shoulders and wrists, take your shoulders over your wrist. Now it's getting serious. Push the ground away, get some help, lower the gaze. Squeeze your butt, you guys. Keep pushing the ground away. You should be shaking. Great. Do a bad drop. Look forward. Are you entering your handstand like this? Twist it. Resist the floor. Drop the gaze. Squeeze your butt. Resist the floor. One more. Drop the gaze. Look forward. Not good. Fix it. Shoulders over the wrist. Resist the ground like you want to make a hole. Push through it. Good. The gaze drops. Squeeze your butt. Nice, Maria. Good, Elena. And release. Good, you guys. Okay, as a counter pose again, what do you need to do? A 4 fold, a squat, any of those things. Do what you need to, and then because of time, I'm looking at my board. Time to handstand. Okay, you guys, here's what ends up happening. We're like, I kind of got it here, right? I know I don't want to look forward and do this. I know my chest shouldn't drop, so therefore I need to push the ground away, round the upper back, and squeeze the butt. And you know, if you're back here, it's just not gonna happen in a handstand, so you have to go here, right? And you did it beautifully right here. But the thing is, when you start kicking up, you forget everything. The ego takes over and you forget it. So I want you to be really realistic about your kick up right now. Could you kick up? Doesn't need to be underneath the belly button, but somewhere close, and still be aware of the shoulders going over the wrist, you guys, okay? And then from here, feet above the knees. Now we're gonna do everything that we talked about. The feet are above the knees. I'm gonna resist the floor, pushing away. See the shoulders to ears. I want my ears to be in line with my shoulders, so just think of that as being your gaze. What's the last cue? I'm gonna squeeze my butt. Do you see the difference? Okay, and you could continue doing this. Shoulders to ears. Squeeze, stay, or maybe lift. Spread the toes. If I'm falling towards the wall, I most likely went back to my habits of this, you guys. Thinking, resist, drop gaze, engage. If I'm falling down here, or not making it up, the shoulders need to go over the wrist. So then I ask you, if you're not going up, should you start from standing, you guys? You still have to watch the shoulders. So go from standing, feet above the knee, or down dog, feet above the knees. All right, I'm gonna come watch you and we're gonna play with this for about 30 seconds and then we'll adjust as necessary. All right, Rosalie, I got it. Sorry about the sinuses. So just take a second, you guys, and decide, should I take down dog, step right foot as close as you can underneath belly button? Should you do this from standing? Good. Now, you have to create a new normal. So once you're up, maybe your normal is sinking. So the first thing I want you to do is push the ground away. Good. So place your tippy toes on the wall. Good. The second thing is, are your ears in front of your shoulders? Jason, drop them. Take your ears in line with your shoulders, you guys. Now squeeze your butt like crazy. Good. Squeeze the butt. Nice. Grip the floor. Good, Galaxy, and stay. 4. Good, Chloe, but bend your knees. 3. Good. 2. Nice. 2. Good, Elena. And 1. Release. All right. We have to have a lot of conversation. What are you doing today? We need like 3 more hours. So you guys, do what you need to for a second, and we're going to do that again. I teach a live membership, so we do different months, and we did a tuck month. And here's the thing about the tuck. There's many ways you can tuck. You can tuck the small like this. Okay. Now, some of you are tucking like this, which unless you're a pro, you're used to searching for the wall, and you tend to go like this, you guys. And what do I want to stop? This. So how would I fix it here? Push the ground away. I don't want to see your ears, you guys. Get them in line with your shoulders. Lift your feet above the knees and squeeze this, okay? When you master this, it's easier to go here, to go here, to go here. So start here. You want the straight line, but you have to master its shapes. So let's sit for a second to see what I'm talking about. Yep, come to sitting. So you guys just right here, take your hands. Now, what do I want you to do? Resist the floor and round upper back, right? So do it here, okay? Go back. You don't want the chest like this. Push the ground away, resist. See how your ears want to drop? Then do this. Not good, you're in cow. Push away, you guys, you're in cow. Okay, see the tricep? And keep this, but now let's figure out the legs. Tippy toes. Lift your feet above your knees, you guys. Feet above the knees, still flex. And now extend your legs forward a little bit and rebend them. What you're working right here, extend them forward a little, is your hip flexors. Rebend. Now, could you extend more? Here's your straight line. Rebend, feet above the knees. Extend. Rebend, feet above the knees. Okay, this is why I want your feet above the knees. That little extension you're doing right there is your hip flexors. These movements are little, you guys. You're never gonna handstand from here unless you want a back surgery, okay? So now that you have a clear idea, slow it down, you guys. You're not in a rush. You're in a rush and you're missing this little concept. Are you doing this from down dog or standing? Shoulders over the wrist, you guys. Okay, shoulders over the wrist. Feet above the knees. And then just think, am I sinking? Did I resist the floor more? Are my ears and shoulders in the same line? Did I squeeze my butt? Then you could do this all day long because you understood the shape. Let's go. Okay. Make a clear decision if you're doing this from standing or from a down dog. If you're going from down dog, switch sides, step the other leg underneath the belly button. Good. You only have 3 cues you're paying attention to. Go up. Yep, that was it, Chloe. Push the ground away. Do not sink into the ground. Push it away. Good. From there, you do not want your ears in front of your shoulders. Get them to disappear in line with. Good, Isla. Squeeze your butt like crazy. Good. Grip the floor. Good. Now you get to the side. 5. Stay there. Begin to leave the wall. 4. Keep pushing the ground away. Good. 3. Nice, Lena. 2. Good, Sue. And 1. Release. Good job. Okay. Let's keep backing it up, but give your rest a break for a second. So next month, I'm teaching pinch up, arm balance, and let's go down to the forearms. All these poses, you guys, the shape may look different, but the alignment is exactly the same. So take your hands to the elbows, then take your hands forward. Now, same thing, you tend to do pinch up like this, so collapse. What's touching the floor? The forearms. So understand your hands in here. Push the floor away through the forearms, upper body rounds. Squeeze your butt, you guys. Look, you're in cat again. This time, take your shoulders over your elbows, drop your gaze. Great, touch your toes and walk in. Now for me, dolphin took a very long time flexibility-wise. So if it's an issue for you, flexibility, take your feet wider apart. Bend your knees if you need to. Good, now think. I'm on my forearms, but it's the same cue she's been talking about. So push the floor away through your forearm. Good, the ears disappear, align with the shoulders. Squeeze your butt. Nice. And release, come on down. Good job. Did you guys see? It doesn't matter, like right now in my monthly, we're working on L press and toe taps. It does not matter if you're working on a press or exactly what you're working on. If you don't fortify your foundation, you're gonna get stuck. Because what do most people do? They're like, oh, I can handstand for 30 seconds like this. And then like, I have back pain. I have shoulder pain. Why? You are sinking. Look at, I have wrist pain. Smallest part of my body are my wrists. Look at this big part of my body hanging out, doing nothing. So you have to fortify your foundation anytime you're on your hands. So what are we doing? If you had to fix me, what are my 3 cues? Push the floor away, resist. Shoulders in line with your ears. Squeeze the butt. Okay. So it's always about fortifying your foundation. This part isn't quite you landing yet, so let's back this up before we move on to the next step. Come with me and let's figure it out. So collapse. Okay. We know not to do this, but we know we have to switch it. So we know this is what it feels like. No. Like you saw me do upside down, resist the floor, shoulders want to go to ears. Drop the gaze. Now squeeze your butt, you guys. From squeezing your butt, lift your knees very little. Walk them in. Lift the knees very little. Look how little they are. Now resist the floor and round upper back, you guys. Round. Squeeze your butt. Drop the gaze. 3. Keep resisting. 2. Keep rounding. 1. And release. So if you're struggling to go up and close this, that's the drill for you. So I mean, if you're here, what did we do right there? We squeezed and we resisted. Okay. Let's do it one more time so you begin to understand I have to fortify my foundation. So you can grow, but also so you can be safe. So collapse into cow. Good. The first thing that we do is we protect the smallest part of the body. Resist the floor, you guys. Notice the upper body wanting to round. Bring the lower body by engaging your butt like crazy. Drop the gaze. Keep resisting the floor. Lift your knees very little. Walk the knees forward. Now, you guys, really resist the floor. 3. Feel your fingertips. 2. Let it shake. You're alive. 1. Release. So right here, do you guys keep seeing this? One of my regulars this month, I was like, get your armpits ready. Sounds crazy, but it's a hollowing of the armpit. Here I go on the internet with strangers. Look at my armpit. See it? See the tricep? See that? They're in line with your ears. This is your armpit. Sounds crazy, but this little movement is why I'm doing what I'm doing. So it's not this huge. It's not that. It's the littlest thing right here. Resist. See the armpit? Resist. No, resist. Resist. Okay, so with that in mind, your turn. So we're gonna look at a different shape because I think that one sometimes is harder. So are you going from here? Or are you going from here? Either way, remember the shoulders have to go over the wrist. Then have one leg go up, bend the other. Shoulders in line with the ears, push away. Now, you guys, I'm gonna fall straight down unless I do what? What's the cue I'm not doing? Squeezing of the butt. Look at this leg when I squeeze. No squeeze, squeeze. No resist, resist, squeeze. Okay? Just play with this. This is all you're gonna do. All right. So take the pressure off trying to balance. You will balance. It's so much easier if you get this cues. You'll have to do both sides, so it doesn't matter which one you go up with. For right now, just decide are you going from down dog or from standing. Then if you're not making it up, you guys, so your shoulders going over the wrist. Good. From there, bend one leg, put it on the wall. Take the other leg straight up to the ceiling. Now, so you don't get overwhelmed, just think that there's 3 cues. Good, Galaxy. Resist the floor. Good, Kim. Shoulders disappear in line with the ears. Good, Sue. Now squeeze your butt like crazy. Good, Gail. Do it again. Resist the floor. Shoulders in line with ears. Good, Maria. Squeeze your butt like crazy. Great. One more time. Nice, Julia. Resist. Shoulders in line. Squeeze the butt. Get the toes to match up. Full line handstand. And lower back down. Good job, strangers from the internet, Linda, and a few people that I knew. That was really good. That was actually a lot better. I was clearly seeing the 3 cues I was asking for. So over and over, as adults, you just have to hear the same thing over and over to become the new normal for it to land, okay? So I hope you have dreams tonight that are just like, resist, shoulders in line with the ears, squeeze the butt, okay? That's it, you guys, look. Thinking, the chest is forward, the gaze is forward. Pushing, ears disappear, squeeze. Okay, that's it. So before you switch and go again, let's sit. Watch your attitude. If you know this one, we're gonna look at this lower part of the body. So start to take a chair pose, walk your feet hip distance, and just look at the knees and the heels are in the same line. You don't want the knees over the heels. Then the whole spine, you guys place it on the wall. Take your fingers and try to get them to go through the lower back, and you shouldn't be able to. So everything is definitely to the wall. Squeeze your butt like crazy. And keep playing with this. When I squeeze my butt, it goes off the wall, okay? But the lower back is still there. And I'm gonna put it back on the wall. Do the same, squeeze it, get it off the wall. That's your handstand. Put it back. Just for fun, squeeze it. Good, extend one leg forward in line with. Squeeze it again. Shoulders to ears. That was the handstand you're doing, you guys. And come on up. A lot going on. Then you're gonna switch sides and just again think, am I starting from down dog or standing? To go up, I know my shoulders need to go over my wrist. What are you looking for? The 3 cues. Opposite leg goes up. Not thinking, pushing, shoulders in line, squeeze. You guys, when you squeeze, if your leg isn't going up like this, you're not squeezing. All right, let's go. So second side, go up. Take the pressure off. Just know that these 3 cues are going to bring you closer to your goals. So pay attention to them. Good. Once you're up, can you resist the floor more? If you took a video of yourself, I should not see your ears. Get them to the sphere in line with the shoulder. Good, Brenna. Squeeze your butt like crazy. Hi, Jody. Good. Do it again. Resist the floor. Shoulders in line with ears. Very good, Jason. Squeeze your butt. Now think about holding. Resist. Ears. Get the toes to touch together. And come on down. Good job, you guys. Good job, good job, good job. So be careful what you wish for, right? I was always like, I just want to walk down to my living room and teach. Yeah, that's exactly what I do now. And when my students in LA, where I taught for 15 years, I used to be like, I wish I could record you guys and watch it back and go, look at you at 3 seconds what you did. And that's what I do in my life monthly. So in our heads, often, and it was the same for me when I started yoga, my teacher was like, plank pose, engage your butt to your heels. And in my mind, I'm resisting. Look at me. It keeps yelling at me. And I'm like, this is me in my mind. In reality, in the video, I was like this. I was like, shit. The video does a lot. You guys, you can play with this concept anywhere. And my point for that was if you take a picture of yourself and you see your ears, now you know, you're like, shit, I gotta get my ears in line with my shoulders. But that cue is coming from cat pose, from resisting. Okay? So if you video yourself after this and you see your ears, you know how to fix it. If you video yourself and your butt looks like that, you know how to fix it. This lovely drill, let's go. So squat. Safety first, look that the are not over your heel. Then you guys sit deep enough, hips and knees in the same line. And now just think, okay, I don't want any light to even go through my lower back. So engage your butt here, you guys. And notice how the lower back wants to go to the wall. That's great. Keep that, check it, take your fingers, nothing goes there. And now engage your butt till it comes off the wall. I'm right here if you get lost. Put it back. Engage it so much it comes off. Shake it. It should be hard, you guys. That's your hamstring extension. One more. Engage it. Now, lift the other leg forward. Engage this. This is you and your inversion. And coming up. Shake it out for a second. So, because of time, let's look towards that ultimate straight line. Again, ask, should you be going from standing or from down dog, blah, blah. Now go up, you guys, and get as close as you can. Place your heels on the wall. Flex your feet toes together. Now, most likely you're here, so what do? We resist. We drop shoulders to ears. We squeeze the butt. See this? Grip the floor. Try to leave. Okay. So there's shifts to the gaze or stages, I should say. You tighten the shoulders. Looking forward is not going to help you. So you could see your thumbs a little, or look at the back of your mouth. So I'm thinking I'm resisting down so I can push up. Okay. Your turn, I'll walk you through it, but stick with those 3 cues so you don't get as overwhelmed. Okay, so decide, are you going up from standing or from down dog? Now, once you go up, you guys, you want the heels on the walls close together, but ask yourself, could I get closer to the wall? You'll have a higher chance of success. Good, from there, resist the floor. So upper body rounds. Get your ears in line with the shoulders. Good, Brenna. Look at the back of the mat. Good, squeeze your butt like crazy. Now, if I tried to take your legs apart, I wouldn't be able to, so squeeze them. Good, Maria, grip the floor. Good, could you push the floor away more and grow taller through your legs? Good, Gila. Good, nice, Galaxy. Now try leaving the wall for a second. Reach for the ceiling. Reach for the ceiling. Reach for the ceiling. Nice. And release. Yeah, you guys, so a lot of this is just, you're adults. I'm 44 and I started handstands at the age of 4. Okay, teaching adults for the last 15 years is very different. A child doesn't know about a health insurance plan. It doesn't know about a mortgage. It doesn't have fears of falling or not hurting itself and not being able to pay its bills. It doesn't have tight shoulders from stress. It doesn't have these things. So for adults to learn a handstand is very different, and we're very stubborn. We're very embedded into who we are, right? So you have to take a second and go, I want this handstand. You have to retrain what your new normal is. So I don't know how long you've been handstanding for, but I know I get adults and I have to retrain their foundation, and it's very difficult. The ones that grow are the ones that can put the ego aside, okay? So it doesn't matter if you're pressing, if you want to toe tap, if you want to hover, it doesn't matter what it is, you guys. It's the same exact alignment. I'm gonna push the ground away, drop the gaze, squeeze the butt, okay? If I can fortify my foundation here, I can continue to grow it, okay? So don't rush it. You're gonna go again. You are the teacher and the student. Literally, you have to say to myself, to go up, I have to take my shoulders over my wrist. All right, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna go up and place my heels on the wall and ask, did I walk closer so I have more success? Great. I'm thinking because I'm used to this, so I'm gonna push away. I'm gonna take my ears in line with my shoulders, my new normal. I'm gonna squeeze my butt like crazy. Now maybe I have a chance. Okay. And then you have to keep shaking. You add 1 cue, 1 goes away. You add the other cue, the other 1 goes away. Okay, try it again. You're the student and the teacher. Let it be joyful. Are you starting from down dog or standing? Take your shoulders over your wrist. Nice, Galaxy. Good. Could you get closer to the wall? Good, Julia. Good, Leslie. Once you're there, ask yourself, I want to create a hole to the floor. Could I resist it more? Good, Kip. I don't want anyone to see my ears. Get in line with the shoulders. Good, Brenna. Squeeze your butt like crazy. Good, Mara. Super glue your toes together. Good, Maria. Grip the floor. Yes, Jason. Good, Brenna. Now maybe stay or think of leaving the wall. 5. Linda, get those feet together. 4. Still hands closer. 3. Good, Kim. 2 and 1. Yes, Nicola. And lower. Good. I count slow as hell. Yeah, good job, you guys. So this is what I love to do in life, handstands and yoga and movements. I'm sure I'll do more workshops. Talked about this in the past, but right now, you guys, are you feeling this in your forms? And I hope so. Like everything I demo, this is where I'm fatigued. Okay. You can close and open and make a fist and start to see this. I do this like all the time. Longer conversation. Do you see that engagement? Now, obviously, handstands is a straight arm movement. It helps, but when I'm pushing away, it's this. So it sounds weird, you guys, but when you're brushing your teeth tonight, I'll switch it. Go in the mirror and you're like, wait, handstand like this? Do I even have the ability to understand how to engage them? It's not big things, you guys, as you see. It's understanding the job of each body part. Study it again. All right, I'm jiggly. But a handstand is a straight arm movement. Do my triceps fire up? I mean, even look around here. And this is why I don't have wrist pain. So you're seeing the tricep here. But look at this. Everything engages, you guys. Right? So I'm not relying, I'm already messed up from the Romanian government. I don't want any more injuries here. So you engage here. And then you're done brushing your teeth and you're like, she was talking about the armpit. What is that? So she engaged her tricep. This is my armpit here, but here, this is a triangle. You see this? And she keeps saying resist the floor. So I'm keep investigating. If I don't resist the floor, I'm doing this. Great for a back bend, but not for a handstand, right? So I resist the floor. Does that wake up my tricep? You want to add that or cues, resist the floor more. Does this give me this in my armpit? Shoulders to ears. You see me smiling like, I love this. Shoulders to ears, right? I still have this armpit, right? I do what you, this is what your new normal, but do what you've been doing. Lift your gaze. Take your chest out. Yeah, this is why it's not happening. Now squeeze your butt. You see the navel pull to the spine and push shoulders to ears. I'm gonna, and then disengagement. I'm gonna come out of this workshop and I'm gonna be like, I didn't teach them this and this and this and this and this. You guys did so much, but the whole moral of the story that I'm trying to get you to understand, don't put that clock next to you because some teacher told you to. Okay, it's not a big thing. All it is just cow versus cat. Adding 3 cues. I'm resisting the floor, dropping the gaze, and engaging my butt. Okay. Then could you do that? We need to lift it a little. Could you do the same thing in plank pose? Could you do the same thing in down dog? Could you do the same thing with one lift a leg? And then begin to think about the shapes to work on that you're doing. Okay. So let's do one more drill, one more cool one drill, handstand and a cool down. So let's go with the handstand first. You have a clear understanding. So again, go up, heel, flex feet, push away, gaze, squeeze left, leave. All right. So again, decide your starting point and really pay attention to those 3 cues. Shoulders over the rest to go up. Walk in closer if you can. You get better engagement, flexing the feet, so do that. Good. Resist the floor. Good, Julia. Disappear your ears to line with the shoulders. Good, Ken. Squeeze your butt like crazy, like you're stuck in traffic and you gotta go number 2. Good. Grip the floor. Yes, Gail. Nice. 5. Now try to leave the wall. Yes, Leslie. 4. Hold it, Brenna. 3, 2, 1. And come down. Good job. All right. One more drill and then I'll cool you down. Okay, so like I said, we worked on the upper part and then there's a whole, let's do it quickly. Just as we did with the arms here and we had to engage, you can do that with the legs. Move your legs and then lift your kneecaps to your quads. So your legs should be hard. Same thing, stick your butt out, engage it. Stick it out, engage it. So upside down in a handstand, take the hands forward, keep the butt engaged, push. You're trying to understand, how do you keep every part of the body engaged? So let's look at it here. Lie back and just stick your feet on the wall. You're just on your tippy toes. Now lift your kneecaps to your quads and squeeze your butt, you guys. So when you check your quads, they're hard. When you check your butt, it's hard. This is you in that straight line handstand that you're just going for. Hands in line with the shoulders. Now push, you guys, so shoulders really cover the ears. Lift your upper body as much as you can. Squeeze your butt and lift it off the floor. Yep, I'm gonna come watch. So the butt is off the floor, the shoulders start to go to the ears, you're on your tippy toes. 5, begin to visualize your perfect straight line handstand and start to notice what's not working. 4, are your shoulders touching your ears? 3, is the butt squeezed? Are the kneecaps lifted? 2, good job. 1, release, give yourself a hug. Yeah, do you wanna take a happy baby? So if something isn't working, go back to any of these drills and just go, what cue am I missing here? Not a huge deal. Yes, the resisting the floor means to push it away. Good, come on up. One more handstand. So yeah, you could say things a lot of different ways, but resisting is pushing the ground away. The same concept in mind before we do the handstand stand up, hands in line with the shoulders at the wall. Stick your butt out. This is why you have the banana back. So engage your butt down like we've been doing. Now, resisting means just push the floor away. Okay, see the rounding of the upper back, the engagement of the triceps, everything. That's you upside down. Stick your chest out, butt out. This is cow. We know not to do this, right? So engage your butt to your heels. The butt moves down. Now push into the wall, you guys. That's the resistance. Upper body round, and that's where you saw those armpits. Great, your turn. Keep that. Let's go. Go up, take your handstand. Get as close to the wall as you can. Place your heels on it. Really do these cues. Resist. Push the ground away. Shoulders in line with the ears. Good, Jason. Squeeze your butt like crazy. Good. Engage every part of your body. Grip the floor. Keep pushing the floor away. 5. Stay or begin to think about the possibility of leaving. 4. Good girl. 3. Good job. Good, Nicola. 2 and 1. Nice. I'm like, oh, and another thing, and another thing, and another thing. So this is what I do. I think when I came into a yoga class as an adult, it was what's the English, like a double switch sword, I think. Part of me, I was like, oh my God, they do crow pose, they do handstands. It felt like the love I had for gymnastics without a judge, without getting judged, right? But on the flip side, I'm looking around and I was like, I can't watch these yogis. I'm like, who's teaching them how to handstand? A handstand is very much a gymnastic skill set. It's an advanced yoga skill set, but it's advanced. So when I started teaching, really by accident, it was just students that were like, oh, get your teacher training and teach. I was like, how do I take a complex skill set and help an adult understand it? An adult that has a 9 to 5, that's a husband, that's a wife, that's got to think about meal prep, blah, blah, blah. So that's what I do. I try to break down the pose from the hardest part to the easiest and just go, what is your body supposed to be doing? So I created these courses for that. A handstand one is we go over the upper body and the lower body, and I'll leave you with this. Everything you're seeing is not going to matter if your hands are this wide, you guys. So when I stepped into a yoga class, I can always tell if a yogi learned a handstand from a yogi versus a gymnast. Take your hands like this. Now place them so they're wider than the shoulders and place them down. Take a down dog. I can handstand like this because I learned how to. A lot of you come down. Handstands with your hands too wide, you guys. They're too wide. So this resisting, this pushing out of the floor makes it quite hard, which is also why you're struggling with the ears touching the shoulders, okay? I learned how to handstand with my thumb and index touching. Do this for a second. Why? The engagement of the tricep, you guys. The pushing out that I'm trying to teach you. So go like this. Definitely no. Bring your hands in line with your shoulders, okay? Now, put those hands down like that. Then do cat. Keep that, do down dog, push the ground away. Now get your ears and shoulders in the same line, you guys. Push the ground away. And coming down. So again, if you took a video of yourself and you saw that the hands are too wide, wider than shoulders, you have to bring them in closer. One more thing. So you fix that, take them up. Literally touch your shoulders to your ears. Keep that and push that up. So I would come, well, not me, but my coaches or me in real life, I would come by and take my hand, take it here, the left hand to the right, to here, and now close it. So if I'm able to do this to you, your foundation is not strong enough. Like our coach would try to do that, and we shouldn't be able to. Your shoulders and your ear needs to touch. Okay. Right hand right here. Just right here. Look, you can feel this. If it's wider than the shoulders, you don't have a base. Bring it in. You can literally feel your pectoralis muscles. Okay. Take it up. Now, shoulders and ears touch. Literally touch. What if you're in a handstand and someone kept doing that to you? Literally how I learned. You would quickly begin to do this more. Are we clear? So not wider, shoulder distance, we're together. Touching, here. Engaging, down. Okay. That's all I have time for today, but let's cool down and I'll tell you more later. A short cool down because I went over a little bit. And actually, let's do it like this. Go against the wall and take your legs up. So if you're more open, take your butt right against it. If you're tighter, the butt's gonna have to move away more. Then you guys, as adults and obstacles, probably tight hamstrings. So just right here, this is a great way to open up the lower back and hamstrings. Calming for the nervous system. It's a pose I do every day. So stay where let's begin to advance by taking the left leg off the wall. Now, is it realistic to take your hands and interlace them behind the calf, the thigh, or should you use a strap to the foot? As you close the eyes, begin to feel your body. So the hamstring, huge muscle group. Should you bend the knee to back away from the pose a bit? No, it's normal for the body to shake as it relieves tension, so keep breathing. I hope what you got out of today, outside of those three things, it doesn't matter if you're trying to handstand, press handstand, you have to fortify your foundation. Everything in life is built on a good foundation to grow or it crumbles down. Let's begin to switch legs. So release the left. Notice how you feel, right leg. You can let gravity take care of it or interlace behind the thigh, the calf, or the ankle. Rather than us shoving and forcing ourselves into poses, let's learn to communicate. So should you bend the knee to back away from the hamstring a little? My pleasure, Nicola. Yeah, so I didn't get to that. Alana, she was asking about archer. I don't teach charger going into your lower back. I don't teach charger how they teach it in yoga. So my charger doesn't go into the lower back. I have 20 more seconds here. So I teach a live monthly membership. We're working on no press and toe taps this month. And you get feedback with that. It's me as a coach. It's this, but 3 times a week and you post. What helps coming into that is the courses. So you'll get an email tomorrow if you really want to learn how to handstand, improve your handstand, understand the role of each body part. Take a look at that email. I'm really proud of the course that I put together. It breaks down what you're trying to do today in 15-minute sessions with 13 workshops along the way. So let's release this leg. Now, this is hamstrings, but partially what you saw, you also need hips as well. So take your feet together, knees wide. Then see how you feel, you guys. If the feet are close to your growing, how do you feel? That feels like it's incredibly tight for your body. Like I'm going to show you now. Take your feet further up and I'll come check your questions. You could take the hands or forearms to the thighs, but be gentle. You're welcome, Steve. Bye, Mara. Bye, iPhone 3. Mara, I'll show you what charger is tomorrow in our class. You'll know it because we've done it. So you're coming towards the end of class, you guys. So I'm gonna let you decide how you want to finish it. Do you want to stay here with feet together, knees wide longer? Great pose. Do you want to, I'm gonna do it now, take your legs wide into middle splits. Or simply just return them back up, take a few minutes here so the mind can settle before switching gears to the next part of your day. Be proud of your work. Let the mind settle, let the body rest. Until we meet again, may we all be at peace.